What do these girls have in common? I'll get into that later. So I don't usually do stuff like this, but this piqued my curiosity. Mainly because I've been getting into Nendoroids recently, unfortunately. Anyway, remember the boxes? No window and concerns of things like safety, secondary market, and aesthetics, right? Well, honestly, it's not the worst looking thing, but I still like the window. Now we have some stand changes and one other interesting thing. Honestly, I don't really mind or care about these stand changes because I don't really use stands anyway. Reason being that I have my figures quite close to me, and I think they're kind of ugly. But this isn't really an issue if you have a proper display. Usually with my Nendoroids, I display them with just a stand arm for a minimal look. I mean, most people I've seen do use a whole base because I guess that's what normal people do. And that's the only thing that can help you if you like to have your Nendoroids in like walking or kicking poses. But other than that, Nendoroids can't really be displayed in super dynamic poses anyway, right? Anyway, for their new stand arm, it is chamfered to reduce contact with the figure, meaning it's cut away. Screw size has been reduced for the same reason, to reduce contact with the figure. A rotational axis has been added for range of motion, and a slit has been added as well to increase the range of motion. Range of motion? You mean you guys don't just have your Nendoroids standing there A-posing? Anyway, that's the new stand arm. Nothing wrong with it, I guess. The new base has been reduced in thickness by 34% and now only has 8 holes instead of 13. To be honest, I think 8 is still quite a lot. However, they say this allows the base to be more inconspicuous and for a seamless display. For minimalism, depending on how you pose your figure, I think just having an L-shaped stand essentially acting as a third leg for balance probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Pretty much like this. Though I do understand there is still a chance of falling over, and so a stand is not the worst thing, I guess. I guess it is possible to display 2 Nendoroids using one base, and so for some people the lack of holes might be a bad thing. But for something like this, we could also just have a rectangular base with like 4 holes or something, right? What I'm trying to say is there are probably better ways to do this, but I also don't know. I just collect waifus. But the middle hole is missing though, which does kind of trigger my OCD a little bit. Anyway, that's the stand arm and the base. Super interesting, right? Now for something even more interesting. The neck joints. This is a new structure which allows for a stronger joint to prevent breakage. The right side are the old joints, and the left side are the new joints. You notice anything? That's right, they're slanted. Now these look quite familiar, don't they? Where have we seen this before? Eileen and Fiona. So apparently Snail Shell and Hasuki have been ahead of the game with their wrist joints. This design apparently makes the joints stronger. I guess if you think about it, there is more of a connection between the straight and the round parts, so it does make sense. I do wonder, however, if Good Smile will cheap out and stop giving us the spare neck joints too. Also, wouldn't the new neck joints kind of result in some weird articulation? Like some figures only being able to tilt their heads or turn them in certain ways? Given that some Nendoroids can't really move their heads anyway. And they were worried about the range of motion with the stand? How strange. But I don't know, I'm no Nendoroid expert. What are your thoughts? Here's some actual figure stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.